Hello and welcome to a new video of Star of New Generation 1. My name is Morris, I'm a psychology student from Austria, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about psychological disorders. What are psychological disorders and what are the most common ones? So we speak about psychological disorders when people fulfill certain requirements for the diagnosis. But what does it mean? It means that if people fulfill those requirements, for example, they're feeling rough all the time, they can get out of bed and more, then we, for example, will talk maybe about depression. So those disorders, like it's saying, the thing doesn't work in order, and the thing is the human brain and the human body. So with psychological disorders, we're trying to treat them right. But to know which intervention we should use, we first need to know which psychological disorder is here. So the most common disorders are, for example, depression, post-traumatic syndrome, anxiety disorder, or bipolar disorder. So let me talk a little bit about depression. Depression, most of the people know it. It's when you're feeling down, when you're feeling mellow and don't want to go out of bed. But in fact, it can be way more. When you're depressive, there's also the possibility that you want to commit suicide. Here, really important. If you're thinking about committing suicide, please reach out to a professional to support you. You can even reach out to us and we can assist you on the way through. Please keep that in mind. So another important and most common disorder is anxiety disorder. It's when people have anxiety for things which normally you shouldn't have that much anxiety. We know it, for example, with spiders, but it can also be if there's a place which is packed full of people, or a small place where you just cannot breathe. In those situations, when you're feeling overwhelmed, you start to breathe heavily and have maybe are even collapsing. So in this case, we can help those people to overcome this anxiety and to show them that the thing they're so anxious about isn't even that bad. Another important and common disease is the post-traumatic syndrome. As it says, it's post-traumatic, so it starts after a traumatic experience. A traumatic experience can reach from raping up to giving birth, or even to things. Some people will just say, yeah, that's normal. But for some people, no, it wasn't normal. It can also be like a car accident. So you have this traumatic experience which shook you to the bone, and maybe half a year later there are some triggers which evoke the same emotions you had back on that day. So for example, if you had a car accident, which is a traumatic experience, and there's a red car which is honking, and half a year later you're out on the street and see a red car, suddenly this triggers the same emotions you had back then, and you fall in a state which you maybe even collapse and lay on the ground and have a dissociative and which you lay on the ground and can't feel yourself. This is called post-traumatic disorders. Here, as psychology can help a lot and support those people with new methods so they can increase their mental health. Those are just a few important disorders in psychology. There are way more, and it's not easy to put them all in the video. But I hope you can grasp at least an overview of all those important disorders. If you're interested to learn more, subscribe to this YouTube channel and also visit our website, Star of New Generation 1. There you can also find some assessments which you can try on yourself and send them to us. We're happy if you want to reach out to us, don't hesitate. Alright, see you in the next video. Bye!